Greetings, hello, and welcome everyone. Welcome to DevChatter. My name is Brendan. This channel is DevChatter. If you are new here, I want to first off tell you, hey, thanks for showing up. We are a pretty welcoming community. If you've got questions, if you want to comment on things, there is a chat over there. And if you just want to sit around and watch without actually having to type anything, that's totally fine too. We have a pretty fun community here, a lot of great people, some of whom also stream, and we... What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. And Coated Beard. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Wow, that's 9 months in a row. Coated Beard, that's like the baby subscription right there. That's pretty awesome. I'm of course going to fire off some hype for that. 9 months, that's big. So, as I was saying, first off, welcome everyone, and that's awesome, Coated Beard. Yeah, I see you now have your adolescent Chatosaurus again. So we stream here 4 times a week, except when I have to cancel the stream. Speaking of which, sorry everyone, I'm canceling Thursday's stream. But we will be streaming Monday and Tuesday this coming week. Normally we stream on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So happy Saturday, everyone. Hopefully you're having a good morning, day, afternoon, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. Hopefully it's good. Want to talk about a couple of things that we are doing here on the stream. First off, let me go ahead and post a couple of links here in the chat. As I said, we're a pretty welcoming community, so as part of that, we do have a lot of conversations outside of the stream. Most of those take place on our Discord, and the Discord link, you can find that over in the chat as well as down below. Discord, if you don't know, is a chat application. It's a very, very good one. I like a lot of the aspects about it. It's commonly used by gamers and Twitch streamers, and it's used by a lot of collaborative open source projects as well. So you can find details by clicking that link over there. It'll go ahead and join our Discord server, and you can chat with us outside the stream. As I said, we do a lot of community stuff here, so the projects we work on the stream are open source. You can find them at github.com/devchatter, link again over there in the chat as well as down below the stream. If you click that link, it'll take you over to this page right here, and you can find the repositories for the projects that we're working on. Today, we are working on our DevStreams project, so I'm going to switch back to that. You can also find information about the schedule, so if you want to know about streams that I'm canceling and things like that. Oh, yep, see, that's the last stream of this week. That's today. We didn't have anything special going on this week. I am scheduling some guests when I get them in here. You'll see guests listed along the side, as well as a topic if there is a topic for having that guest on the stream. I did mention that I did cancel Thursday's stream. Sorry about that, everyone. I will not be available for it. So, the project we are working on, as I said, is our DevStreams project, and that, if you are new here, is a community site. You can see it right here. We're running it in localhost right now. And essentially the idea with this site is that we want you to be able to see which streams are live right now, which again, you could find that on Twitch already, but we want to be able to tell you of programming streams, which ones are live right now, whether it's on Twitch, YouTube, etc. Long run, we're starting out mostly with Twitch. And then the next thing that we want to do is be able to tell you about other channels you don't know of. So new channels, we want to list along the side whether or not they are currently live. We want you to be able to go to a list of channels, which of course, there aren't channels in our database right now, so you're not really seeing channels. So this should have mine, so I'm kind of confused why it doesn't. I'll have to look into that. Anyway, the idea here is we want you to be able to search around and find new channels. If you run a channel, we want you to be able... I'm not logged in. I'd have to log in. We want you to be able to manage your channels and set when your schedule is so that people have an idea of when you're going to be live, things like that. And that's kind of the purpose of the site, is that people can then go check out the calendar, see who's live at what time, and then, plan accordingly to show up and watch a stream. So you might say something like, hey, I'm really interested in learning how to use Docker with ASP.NET Core. And you could go and search tags and be like, okay, who uses Docker and ASP.NET Core? And then find a channel that does that, and then check their schedule to see when they stream and try to show up to their streams. And that's an awesome way to find and learn about new streams that are out there. So that's really our goal, is make it so that people can find interesting streams that they want to watch. And we're focusing obviously on the developer community right now because, hey, we live stream development. So if you want to watch someone that does graphic design or does CSS or anything like that, we want you to be able to find that, and we think that this would be a useful thing for it. Again, it's open source, so if you want to help us out, get this out the door, and make this an awesome website, again, you're welcome to, and treat it as a learning experience if you want. Okay, let me catch up on chat, because I ignored you all while I was doing my quick intro there. Zion, welcome, hey, it has been a while. S&B, greetings, welcome, Zunjin, hey. Coated Beard, welcome, and thanks for that Twitch Prime sub. Glad to see you're back being part of the Chatosaurus crew. I'm guessing it was like a day of interruption there. Enjoy your hype and derp emotes, by the way. I am thrilled by the fact that we have 2, and we're gonna get our 3rd here sometime in March whenever Twitch unlocks it. And I will just be putting the fail emote in there as well. So essentially all the emotes we have right now will be available to all of our Tier 1 subscribers. That's just a regular subscription. And I will, as I said, be getting more emotes, so in the future months, we can unlock additional ones as well. Ooh, curry and naan bread. S&B, I am jealous. That sounds delicious. Was in the middle of finally switching my main rig over to a standing desk, taking ages. Yeah, so I'm actually probably going to be switching my desk back to a standing desk, which really just means lifting it up, and then I will be doing that as well. Greetings, hey Greendorf, and we'll be back to those. So the majority of our streams I was actually standing for these past, like, I don't know, 30, 40 streams or something like that. I have been sitting because I messed up my knee a while back and sat down, and I just haven't gotten around to, you know, reconfiguring things to just being primarily a standing desk situation. All right, so let's dive into some code. We're gonna go ahead and get started. First off, let's take a look at the pull request that we were discussing last time. We sent in some nice things to it. We did an episode on Thursday where we talked about separation of concerns, and we did a little bit of extraction of code, and we sent that up to this pull request because we contacted James, who sent us this pull request, and we said, hey, this should get extracted out. Why don't you let me do that? We'll show you how we intend that to happen. And then, because for setting up a whole new project, that's something where, like, you definitely want to talk with the person that manages the open source project before you, like, add in a new project. So I figured, hey, I'll add the project and just move your stuff into it. So that's what we did last time. We extracted out some things, and we did a small amount of code changes, but for the most part, this is still James's code that he sent us. So thank you for that, James. And here's the last thing that I want to point out. So the other big thing, separation of concerns thing, and I'm going to leave this one for James by leaving a comment for it, and that is the JavaScript that got added to the index page. So, you know what? Hang on. We're going to switch to James's code so we can just look at it instead of talking about it in GitHub. So I'm going to switch over to that pull request. We're going to go ahead and there we go. So we should be on it now. Let's open that in Visual Studio because I like this a little bit better. It's going to reload the solution file, which is fine. There we go. So this added a new Twitch project. I like keeping my infrastructure concerns separate until I need to bring them together, because this helps make sure that when you use more than one dependency, you did it intentionally, because we want you to actually make the conscious decision to do that. So let's take a look at our index.cs.html file. This is the one that was getting changed. And essentially the idea is I don't like much inline script in my pages. If you've got a page that's primarily HTML, I want it to mostly be that. I give an exception for Razor. I'm cool with some Razor syntax being in here. Like the Razor comment then doesn't show up in the markup sent down to the client, so I'm totally cool with that comment, for example. And I'm cool with the tag helpers that we get. These are the ones used by Vue, and then we should have some used by, I think, maybe we don't have any of the Razor ones in here. I don't see a razor tag helper. Don't see one. Anyway, here is the code. So this is a script tag. That big old script tag you can see is about 40 lines long, and this is a Vue script that is just in here. This is essentially what I want to get extracted. This is the code that when you click the I'm feeling lucky button, will call out to the get lucky get lucky async method in our Razor page, and then it will wire up the stream using an iframe embedded Twitch player that it just puts right on the page, which this could use some tweaking, but I'm okay with V1 not worrying too much about this. So I am going to just suggest move this script into its own file, which for this I would say Vue, and then maybe like I might recommend JS Vue, and then like in maybe we'll say homepage .js, something like that might be the suggestion. Okay, so we'll make that suggestion. And I see someone said some stuff in chat. I will get to that in a second. How about if we extract this code into a JavaScript file for the homepage, for all homepage, I'll say interactivity, because I think that's a good way of describing for basically like all of the stuff that would be JavaScript. We'll put it in there, not just the I'm feeling lucky part. Zunjin, I see you just got hit by Nightbot. Sorry about that. I'll take a look in a second. And I see everybody else chatting, so hang on. How about if we extract this code as from the I'd recommend putting it in, and we'll say www.root /js/vue in a file like home.js or index.js or homepage.js or something like that. I don't really have a strong stance on exactly what that name should be, but something like that. Oh, whoops, I messed those up. Derp. I must have used I used a regular quote instead of a backtick there. And on this one too. Why in the heck did I do that? I have no idea why my brain wasn't working there. But now it's fixed and we're good. So let's go ahead and request those changes. Looks good other than extracting out JavaScript from the homepage. Not perfect, but we can clean it up once merged in two. So at this stage in our project, we aren't deployed anywhere. We're not live. We're not really getting this application isn't getting use anywhere. So I'm not worried about the code being perfect yet. I want it to be relatively clean, hence, extract these things into the right locations. But I'm not terribly worried about everything being 100%, perfect. That doesn't happen. So your code will not be perfect even when you build a demo application. It won't be perfect. And part of that is that there is a lot of preference when it comes down to what is good code. Something that I consider to be good code, you might be like, oh, I don't like that style. That's not, and that's fine. And so that's why I point out, like, you don't need to get things exactly the way you would want them. If someone else wrote it a different way, that's totally cool. I'm a big proponent of a concept called collective code ownership. And the idea there is that you need to sort of get used to the fact that other people are going to be modifying the code, and that's okay. You don't own all of it. In fact, no one really should own any part of the code. You might have someone that, knows it the best, but that doesn't mean that they own it and that it's theirs. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm wondering, James, are you here? Are you in the chat somewhere? I'm gonna find out. Anyway, let's catch up on chat real fast here. S&B. For the next I will need a couple of extra fields in the channel table. S&B, let me know what those fields are, and we can absolutely get them in there. I could do a quick merge into the master branch for you on that. Is CSHTML some fancy HTML? Sort of, Quas. The CSHTML tag means that it is a Razor syntax file. So that means that there is C# and HTML in that file. So that's why it's CS HTML. So it's like a CS file and an HTML file combined. It actually gets compiled by ASP.NET Core. So essentially ASP.NET Core grabs the C# compiler, compiles its Razor pages, and that is actually what creates the HTML. So for the most part, it's an HTML file, but you can put some C# in it, is the idea. I actually like it a lot. We used it in both ASP.NET MVC, and we also still use that concept in ASP.NET Core, especially with Razor pages. As I said, it's called Razor syntax. I might be wrong, but is how names its HTML file, which is Razor engine. Yes, Zunjin, that is correct. Yes, what Zunjin mentioned is right. Yes, Zunjin, the Nightbot absolutely loves you. Was there ever an F# co-stream here? Fuel Stable, I have not done the F# stream yet. I told you, I tried reaching out to one of those people that was mentioned as like someone I should bring on to do an F# stream with, and I haven't gotten any responses. So, which is kind of silly. I might just bring on someone else and we'll do some F# at some point. Someone else that just, uses it. Can always use true, Zunjin. Also, in addition to like whispers, you could use the Discord. So then, if you don't want to actually have like a, just a private chat with someone, you can always use the Discord as another way of chatting with other people on here outside of the stream chat. Which obviously the stream chat needs to be a little bit more moderated than say the Discord does. Although the Discord still needs to be moderated. Hey, Will, welcome back. How many followers? I don't know. We're at 3,000 something. I don't know. You can check that. Oh, Zunjin, 3,093 apparently. So, pretty good number of followers. We got a lot of awesome people here in DevChatter. And let's. You know what? Okay, so James isn't here. I don't think that he's. 3,094. Oh, okay, great. Did someone else follow all of us? I don't see the new follower, but maybe. I don't know. Either way, Will, were you not following before or something? Is that what that's about? Who knows? Anyway, I'm just gonna make the change. So sorry, James. I'm just gonna do it because. Oh yeah, see. Somehow Will was not following the stream, despite having been here plenty of times. Will's even a VIP in the channel. Doesn't even follow the stream. But welcome, awesome. Thanks for that follow. Glad we did eventually get around to that. What are you using JavaSpring for? Did I write JavaSpring somewhere? I thought I said JavaScript. I'm not using JavaSpring. Shouldn't be. Yeah, we're not. We shouldn't be using any. We're not using any Java at all in this project. Java's a perfectly fine language to use for stuff. We just aren't for this project. Hey, no problem. No problem, Starless Jupiter. Totally happens. You got me worried there that I'd written JavaSpring instead of JavaScript somewhere. I was like, I guess that's possible. That's a word that might have been in my head. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a... I'm going to do homepage.js. So we're going to do that. Let's extract out that code that was put on our homepage in this pull request. So we're going to go grab all that. We're just going to take all this Vue code right here and yank it all out. Like so. And... did we do anything weird in these ones? That's using a multi-component. We didn't do anything weird, so good. We won't do anything weird here either. Do I have a prettify the JS thing in here? There we go. That's slightly nicer. See, I had something to beautify my JavaScript. Let's see. You are my second follow ever. Awesome, Will. I really appreciate that. So I settled for being his 500th follower. Oh, nice, Will. Nice. So you were just attending based on your schedule and not when he actually went live. No Java. It's not 1990. Yeah. So I will say there's like, I mean, lots of programming like C++. I wouldn't bash on that either, and it's, you know, quite an old language at this point. Public service, I recommend not updating LiveShare for Visual Studio. The latest update really messed it up for me. Oh, thanks for the warning, Echo Strike. Hopefully whatever that issue is gets fixed soon. When I read part of the title, I thought it said Java Spring. Yes, see, I told you. I thought you were saying that I typed in Java Spring, and I think it says JavaScript. No worries, stay in. Yeah, you might like C# and ASP.NET Core. It's also ASP.NET Core is heavy. No, ASP.NET Core is actually really, really lightweight. It is fantastic. It's a bit of magic. You wanted to follow Clarke.io, but wanted... Oh, Will, I appreciate that. Yeah, see, follow number 2. I wonder who follow number 1 is. So Code Rush is number 1, and then DevChatter, and then it's going to be Clarke.io. Well, Will, that is awesome. Yeah, Codebase Alpha. My LiveShare also updates automatically, so I will have it, I'm sure. Did I see right in GitHub? Did you do something with T4 templates? Will, we had someone that sent us a pull request that was not intended to be merged in, but was showing an example of how we could have done a thing that we did with T4 templates, and I haven't closed out that pull request yet. It was just like, hey, the thing you did today on stream you could have done with T4 templates, and part of the reason why I didn't is because it was temporary until we could figure out how to work around a bug in a third-party library we were including. Once we resolved what that issue was and got the third-party library working again, the code that we created that was temporary was deleted. So, all right. Hey, Draco, welcome. Okay, so that is our source. Response channel name. Yeah. I almost want to make that like a method that creates that link, or something along those lines. But that's fine. So we have this code out here. Let's go ahead and change the page to reference this. So I didn't keep it open. It's right here. We don't need this code anymore because we moved it out. And we're gonna say source is .js/view/home-page.js, and I will start up the site again and we will see what happens. We're going to go back to the home page as soon as it loads. Trying to think, we have the correct values in our user secrets file for this site to be able to connect to Twitch already. We got to get rid of that blip, which I forget how to do that. And I'm feeling lucky. Should come up with the DevChatter stream. It does. This is muted, right? Good. So hey, that's me on my stream, and you can see me opening up my stream, and then it opens up the stream, and then it's on and on and on and on forever. We call that recursion, and because there's no limit on it, it's about to Stack Overflow. All right, so that's what we end up with here. Is there a reason you use port 5001? I use it because it is in fact the default QoS. I did not change it at all. So that is actually just what it defaults to when you create an ASP.NET Core site. So I'm going to go ahead and close that because we don't really need that going. But that is our website. If you want to see how that was selected, I can show you why it's port 5000. That is inside of the launch settings JSON file, and it is defined right here. So essentially the idea is when the configuration for this project by default is going to set it up with the HTTPS version being 5001 and the HTTP version being 5000. You can change these values to whatever you like, but they are the defaults in ASP.NET Core, and you can choose to change them if you like. When running this project out of IIS, which is what happens when I run it in Visual Studio, it has this as the regular port and that as the SSL port. Again, either one works fine. So essentially, when I run it in Visual Studio, it loads here. When I run it in VS Code, it loads here. I could get rid of that and make it so it all uses the same thing. We only run it out of the command line, but I'm not really worried about it. So I just figured I'd let you know, because that was a great question. So thank you for asking that, by the way. No problem, Quas. Very, very good question. Hang on, I missed some stuff in chat. Also, hey Draco, if I didn't say hi, welcome. How do you compare it to Node? Starless Jupiter, well, Node's using JavaScript, and this is using C#. It depends. ASP.NET Core is lightning fast, so you should actually check out some of the, go to benchmark sites on various tech. ASP.NET Core is actually very fast, it's lightweight, pretty easy to use. But again, if you prefer JavaScript, then yeah, use Node. If you prefer C#, use ASP.NET Core. That's kind of just how it works. Scott was at NDC this year, by the way. I guess he considers that more important than your stream. I'm not surprised, Will. I don't think Node ASP.NET comparison is valid. They do different things. No, Jumbo. So Node can be used as a back-end web server, just like ASP.NET can. They do different things, but they can do some of the same things. So, yeah. And Blazor, yeah, no, Blazor is an awesome thing. I thought Node was just a C++ program. Node, so Node is like how you run like JavaScript as a Node is for using JavaScript as like your back-end server. So that's what that one is. It is, hang on, Node written in C++. Let's ask the internet. We'll see if Node is written. Node might be written in C++. Yeah, okay, so Node.js was written apparently in C++. And so I think the idea was you write it in that language because you wanted it to be super fast. So low-level languages, you can do a lot of things that you can't get away with in other languages. So probably they just did it in C and C++, but it runs JavaScript code. Yeah, that's what it's designed to use. Yeah, see, it was built on C++, but it was written for JavaScript. Have I seen the proxy class feature in ES6? Maybe, Will? I'm not thinking of what that is right now. I've seen a lot of the features in ES6, and Ace Flames here. .NET is written in C++. Well, a lot of things, a lot of the frameworks that we build other tools on are written in other things. I mean, keep in mind though that the .NET runtime might be written in C++. Keep in mind that Roslyn, the current C# compiler, is written in C#. Generally, one of the things that I like that people will say about a programming language is that the programming language has matured once its compiler is written in itself. So once you have a compiler that's written in your own language, that's when your language has reached, this level of maturity. Yeah, exactly. So Starless Jupiter, I'm less worried about what the platform is written in, and more on the stance of what you use it for. But yeah. I assumed you knew it was used for JavaScript. I was just confused. I was like, what? They're definitely different. Okay, so this code still seems to work. We did a quick check of it. So I'm actually just going to send this one up for him, and then we're going to merge this in, because I kind of want to get this in here before we... hang on, let me not commit that. Extract JavaScript to own file. And then that is fix usings. Whoops, check the box. Then fix usings. And before someone asks, that is GitHub Desktop. We use it here on the stream for a handful of reasons. I do a lot of my stuff in the command line for Git, have for a long time. I'm actually an old Mercurial. So back when the Mercurial and Git war was going on, I was actually in the Mercurial camp. I liked it a little bit better. But I was perfectly happy either way and switched as soon as it became obvious that Git was going to win that battle. And it's actually a very easy conversion if you use one or the other. There's only a small amount of difference in how it handles some things. So, Echo Strike, Uncle Bob might not be wrong. And I didn't know that he did an episode of Steve's Dev Tips. That's pretty awesome. Pretty soon they will all be written in F#. That could be Will. I really do want to do F# on the stream. Can you compare Node to .NET? Yes, you could compare Node to .NET. I think you can make that comparison. You could also, or are you wondering if I can talk about the differences between them? Which I'm not going to go that direction on it right now. A lot of people do like F#. I really, really do want to dig into it. Especially on the stream, I mean. Why am I over here? I didn't mean to be there. I meant to go over here. Into the DevStreams, into the pull requests, and this is a partially implemented Feelin' Lucky search. I kind of want to change a couple of things about the way that this works. So we got that. You know what? I'm not gonna. We'll resolve that. You don't need to do that one. That I kind of want to fix that comment before it goes in. And lastly, where's my comment? Okay, so what? Did I not push? Maybe I didn't push. I didn't push. There we go. I was like, why isn't this updated? Refresh. I love that they have that refresh button that tells you when the code changed. Alright, so we'll scroll down here. Whoop, did I pass it? Index.cshtml. Okay. Wait, that's the CS. There we go. Okay, so that's the only change, and my comment is gone now. Okay, great. Let's do another quick review of this code. Just make sure there's nothing that jumps at us. That is just generated stuff. That's the same file as that. We might want to change where it is. Hang on a second, chat. I will be there momentarily to discuss with you. This is the Twitch service. We already had a long look at that. This is get live channels for. So this is get which channels are live on the channels controller. This is the channels controller. And I don't think that's getting used yet, but I want to use that. So maybe we'll merge this in and then add that as a separate branch real fast, because then we can get the home page almost working. Result channel error. Yeah, that's fine. Twitch service, Twitch settings. There's the extracted out file we just did. That's the creation of the project. I am going to approve these changes for now, unless someone said something crazy in chat telling me not to. Did you choose Vue because it's simple? Starless Jupiter, somewhat. I really like the way that Vue works. It is cool new hotness, and I think it does some really awesome stuff, and I want to dig into it. I have looked at React in the past. I've looked at Angular in the past. I've used Angular in the past, various different versions of it. I've looked at Aurelia. I think there are a lot of great solutions for dealing with, how to best handle the JavaScript in your web application. I think Vue does a very nice job. I like the way it works. I think it took a good direction, and so, hey, we're using it. Cool stuff. That's pretty much the short answer is I was like, Vue looks fun. Let's use it. So we are. And I think a lot of developers should do that kind of thing. Don't do that for your, work project. If that is your, don't just be like, oh, that's cool tech, let's use it. No, not for, not for your day job. But for hobby stuff, absolutely. That's one of the best ways to learn new things. Codebase Alpha. Oh, you ordered a new webcam from Amazon. Did you get the, you were looking at a Razer one. I'm wondering if you ended up getting that one. I kind of abandoned TypeScript. Should get back into it. Oh yeah, so I messed around a little bit with TypeScript recently. It's interesting. Interesting is the best way I can put it. Awesome, Codebase Alpha. I'm just gonna call you SNB. That's really good. Hope that you end up liking it. I would love to know how it does for you. Hey JSteph, welcome. We are gonna merge in this pull request that we got from one of our community members, and then we are gonna make some more changes. So awesome! Congratulations, James. You have now, contributed to this project, and I'm gonna do a cool thing for you because I'm such a nice guy. I just realized, let's go to the closed pull request from James. I guess that's the... We're gonna go to our README page here and add James to this list. So we're gonna say James and https://github.com/ nope, I apparently did not get that copied. It's pretty obvious I didn't get that on my clipboard. It was the other one that was still on the clipboard. And James, I do not know how to pronounce your last name. Arroyo, maybe? I believe that's how he spells it. So we're going to put that in there. Adding James to list of contributors. And we're going to do that as a patch branch. Sure. There we go. For your day job, write your comments in Klingon. That sounds like a great plan. The built-in lighting sold the Razor to me. Oh wow, that's actually kind of neat. SNB, I didn't know it had built-in lighting. I really should start contributing. Yes, Zunjin, absolutely. Contribute to open source projects. It's a good idea. You'll be really happy about it. I'm just getting back into JS, but Angular, React seem to have their quirks too. Yes, exactly, Jumbo. That's kind of the point. Is Vue's got quirks and weirdness. Angular's got quirks and weirdness. React has quirks and weirdness. None of these. There is no. This is the best solution. A lot of them have right now I would say probably the big three are React, Angular, and Vue, and those are the ones that have big communities behind them. So if you're looking for a JavaScript framework right now, I would recommend you pick one of those three. SNB, did you have a pull request that came into this project that I didn't put you on? Adding James to list of contributors. Yeah, that sounds right. SNB must have, and I probably didn't add SNB as in the list manually when I did that. Adding the theme. So that was a while back. We're going to add SNB to that list as well. We will merge in this one. So adding James, merge. Actually, let's change this name. We're going to say James and SNB. SNB, yeah, we'll do it that way to list of contributors. Save that. Can I just modify this file here? Yeah, sweet. Glad it let me get away with this. So we're gonna do this. SNB, what do you want your name to be? And welcome, the Fact Man. Greetings. Closed. The question is, what does SNB have his name as on here? There you go. So that's the one we're gonna use. And we're going to put you above James, so congratulations. And you are just SNB, right? Yeah. Adding SNB. Commit to the patch branch directly. So if you didn't know you can do that, you can do that. In a pull request, you can just click the little edit button and edit the pull requested version of this. So really, really great stuff in GitHub. Really awesome. You know, I might know someone that did a full course on Pluralsight specifically about GitHub a bunch of years ago. I might know that guy. Maybe. You might be able to guess from that I like GitHub a little bit. All right, so for a change like this, I literally just changed a README file. You know what? I'll preview it. View file. Do these links work? Yep, those work. We'll call that good then, and merge it in. So we're going to merge that pull request. We will confirm it. So that'll add them as contributors on the README file. If people don't want to be on that list, they don't have to be on that list. But hey, you made a contribution to the project. Why not get recognized for it? I think it's good stuff. So we did that. We merged in the change. So now our adding authentication. I'm actually going to close this while I'm thinking about it. Close, just so we don't have it sitting around, so people don't ask about it. I mean, I don't mind if people ask about it, but I don't want people to think that that's what's going on there. Okay, so this is the authentication. We added authentication and authorization stuff to our project that we didn't have before, so this is when that gets added in. That'll be in that pull request. I kind of want to try to rebase it, but we're going to have to see how that goes. So step one, switch over to the master branch, pull down the latest version. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get our master branch up to date with the changes from James as well as the changes to the master page we just made now. So that should all be here locally. And now I want... wait, what? Thanks for knocking me off the top of the list. Yeah, sorry, Will. You are no longer our most recent follower. Yeah, Echo Strike, GitHub, right there. Yep. One of these days, I'm going to get back to working on our chatbot as well, because there are features that I've been planning on doing forever ago that I haven't done yet that we need to put on there. All right. We are not ready to merge that in. Hey, S&B, welcome. I said welcome because we saw your face on your page there, because pulled that up. So site's currently running. Let's stop it and start it again, just because we did switch that around a little bit. All right, this I am going to hop over into the Git shell. Congratulations, everybody! You got me over to the Git command line. So we're gonna mess with some stuff, see how it goes. It could get ugly. If it does, then it happens. DevChatter on stream, DevStreams. We're in this project. We're on the master branch. We're going to open up the authentication branch that we'd been working on. And you can tell it's the right one because it comes up with that number because there's an associated pull request. So git status. We don't have any changes. Everything looks good. Hey, Stoolpenner, welcome, greetings. We want to do a... Yes, good evening, Stoolpenner. Good evening. Yes, Echo Strike. I'm aware. I like putting it in the README though. I could click over on the contributors, and also that's not always correct. It's got some weirdness about it because it's considering it based on the actual Git repository, which is not totally right. Because it considers you separate people if the same person uses 2 emails and you haven't told it about the fact that you use the same one. It gets a little confused. So git rebase master. We're gonna try it. Actually, let's do this from a test branch. If you know how branches work, I'm not really doing anything. Check out test rebase -b. Whoops. All right, so we are on the test rebase branch, which is going to remain local. I just want to do this from here just so I can see how nasty this gets, because I don't know when the first issue is going to come up. Where did we have a problem? Here. So the channels controller. Whoops. Exactly, S&B. A branch in Git. So I guess I'll give you a little bit of Git explanation for anyone that isn't super familiar with how it works. A branch isn't so much a thing. It's more like a pointer. So think of a branch as just being a pointer to the most recent change on that branch. Is kind of the idea. So if you make a new branch at that same spot, essentially all you've done is you've pointed another pointer to the same location. When you rebase like this, I'm essentially making it so that my old pointer stays where it was, so I don't lose track of it as I rebase. So it's still going to point to the same old set, and I've just said, hey, let's go reapply that essentially from master to my branch. Let's go replay, because master is the base of my branch. Let's go replay that on the new head of master, because really my branch isn't based on master, it's based on the location master pointed at when I created my branch. That's why you can rebase onto the same branch that you're already based off of, is because a branch really is just a pointer to the current version, to the current change set, I should say. Yeah, exactly. So if you used an old thing like TFS or SVN or something like that, if you used an older source control system, a lot of times those would actually do like a full copy of the code would be the branch, depending on which one it is. Well, they'd be more substantial than Gits, I should say, because individual implementations in different source control repositories work differently. Hey, Balmy, welcome, greetings. Balmy, our elite viewer here. I don't remember if we have anyone else that's elite in here. I don't know. Channels, controller, because we both modified this, and it's specifically what changed is the constructor. Okay, so in this one, it wants an iCrud repository, a Twitch service, and a user manager. So really, we just need to have all three. iCrud repository and... What do I use the user manager for? Is that actually getting used still? Yeah, get user async ID. Oh, we found a way to get rid of that. So this is going to be this is only temporarily going to get used even. So this is going to disappear almost immediately. So I don't mind adding this in. So we're going to add this to the end of the list. And dunk. Channel service, we already have that. CRUD repository, we already have that. And I don't know why that's there. And then those four, and that should be all of them. I don't know why my syntax highlighting still messed up here. I'm gonna try. Oh, wait, site's running. Kill it with fire. Alright, I think I got it killed in time for this to build. Okay, so it does build. Our syntax highlighting's messed up for some reason, but hey, it's building, so it's probably good. So, what that tells me is I can hop back over into here. I'm gonna add the channels controller back in, and I'm gonna say git rebase -- continue. I apologize because my PowerShell window here, the font is not very large right now. So essentially what I did was I resolved the conflict and I continued. Now the reason why I did this on a separate branch is because this could get messy. So I just wanted to see how bad it is. If I'm having to redo the same one over and over. Okay, so this is this getting fixed back. Okay, I think this is actually going to turn out fine. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a git rebase -- abort. Because seeing this, it looks like it's mainly focused in like one file. So I am going to check out my authentication branch. So we're going back to that, and I'm going to delete the test rebase branch that I just created. So I've switched back, I've deleted the one we created, and we're actually going to try that rebase right here. I just wanted to have a look, see how bad it was going to be. We got through about half of the changes without an issue, so I don't think it's going to be too bad. So let's do this. Let's see. You lost. Oh yeah, Balmy, you've lost your bit lead plenty of times, but you're welcome to start a war if you like. Your current credit says 0 bits. I will tell you, some people can actually get bits for free by just watching more ads, but that's only if you want to watch ads. Shane, welcome, greetings. Glad you're enjoying the stream, and thanks for the follow. Is there a way to get the search file feature of ReSharper? Oh, yeah. So Visual Studio has the same feature, JSteph, and it's in VS Code also. See, Balmy started the war again. Who are you fighting against? Carrie and Adrian? Yeah, Carrie and Adrian. They've been knocked out. Sorry, Carrie. Sorry, Adrian. I don't know if they're here to defend themselves either, so you may just win that one. Alright, so let's jump over into that file. So we're going to go to the channels controller again, because we know how we're resolving this. We're going to go ahead and just say, alright, include all the things. So we're going to add the user manager to the end of this list. We are deleting these and those, and then that. Okay. Oh, and the syntax highlighting is correct now. Awesome. Good, it's not confused. Alright, we'll jump back over here, git add, and then git rebase -- continue. So we tell it to continue, and the trick is, because the way a rebase works, to give an explanation for anyone that doesn't know how rebasing works, is instead of saying merge the two current versions of code that I'm saying, what it does instead is it says, hey, replay all of your changes, because Git stores everything as like a change to a file. It says replay those again, but start from this point instead. And so what we're doing is we're replaying them. So if you had a lot of changes in the same location repeatedly through a lot of commits, it gets messy, which is why we're in the same spot with a conflict in the same place. And that's because I did 2 commits in my branch where I added something in and then I removed it a commit or 2 later. So that's why we're here twice. So this user manager disappears now. We don't use it anymore. So goodbye user manager. So that's gone. And then in this, we don't need that either. So I'm going to get rid of the extra bits there. We don't need to set the channel service twice or the CRUD repository twice. So just those 3. And I'm going to compile just to make sure that's good. And I think that's the only thing that's probably wrong, because it compiled. Yeah, that was the only change, was just shifting this file to not use the user manager anymore, because we figured out we didn't need to. We confirmed another way to do it. So we're going to add that file again, and we're going to say rebase -- continue one more time. And I apologize that that font is still hard to read. I don't feel like fixing it right now. Alright, what's going on in chat before I zip ahead too far? They will be here soon. Yeah, maybe, Zunjin. We'll see. I want to practice when to use abstract base classes versus interface in C#. Echo Strike, we do that in our chat bot. I won't say that they're mutually exclusive. In some cases, I use the interface and an abstract base class. So if you look at the bot commands in our chat bot here on DevChatter, I use an interface for the ibot command because some of the commands leverage one of 2 abstract base classes. So the idea is they all implement the interface, so anywhere that you're using a command, the interface works just fine. But I have 2 broad types of commands that we use, and we use abstract base classes for each of those 2 types. Whether they be, we call them simple commands, and the other one I think is just base command, because it's everything else. So it's just general, like, commands. Gotta love bot wars. Bot wars? Bit wars, yes. Bot wars are also fun, though, S&B. Actually, Zunjin, it's almost always the Nightbot that blocks you. It is not DevChatterbot. DevChatterbot doesn't block links. Putting a titanium axe on your bot. Good plan. Good plan. All right, so we have a conflict here in the startup file. Looks like that conflict might just be in the usings. That's dumb. So let's go to the startup file. startup. So we're going to hop up here, and actually, you know what? These are just usings. I'm just going to remove them all and see which ones we need to put back in. Yep, that's one. Alright, so this using we apparently need, but for some reason Resharper isn't wanting to give it to me. Using that. Oh, that's already there. Okay. And it implements this, which is here. Which is there. Is it in this file already? Yep. Okay. Let's try building then. Those red squigglies might be wrong. Those red squigglies were wrong. It builds just fine. That's cool. Thanks for being wrong there, red squigglies. And we're gonna say rebase -- continue again. So that's why I said, like, I wanted to check and just make sure this is actually worse than I thought it was gonna be. But it's still not. Wait, oh, I didn't add it. Derp. So you have to. So the way that it works is when you're rebasing, you resolve the conflict and then you add the. So I used add there, but technically the actual thing I'm doing is I'm staging the change. It happens that the change I'm staging is an add change. So you're that's the way that Git works. So if you've ever noticed that Git add, you might see someone say Git stage. Those are the same concept. So essentially we're saying, as part of this commit, as part of this change set, I'm staging this to be part of that. It could be an add, it could be a remove, etc. Oh, SB, you got your webcam. That's awesome. Anyone have any clue about what I can do if a Python setup script throws input error, no module named utils? I installed utils via install utils. Palmy, I'm not sure. It has been over a decade since I really used Python very much, so I don't remember all that well. Either way, we're gonna git rebase continue from here. That should get us to whatever our next issue is. Again, just namespace. Weirdness, authorization, and requirements. We'll check on that and see whether or not those are required. Again, it's just startup, which is just irritating because their names are similar, so they're changing the same stuff. Whoops. Those apparently don't exist. Apparently neither does that one. So whatever one that puts back, that's the one we want. So it was apparently the one on the top. That's fine. Okay, so there we go. So there's the change that this one actually represents. We're going to add that again and rebase. We're going to see what this looks like at the end. It's going to be fun, huh? Alright, this one has two conflicts. One is in channels controller, of course it is. The other one's here. Again, just usings getting switched around in the same places. That using apparently doesn't do anything. So again, I'm going to get rid of the unused usings, which might cause me some problems, but we'll see what happens. Okay, that's fine. Is this all that was wrong here? We don't need two references to system link now, do we? Okay, Where's the next merge marker? Here it is. All right, so we're going to get rid of that, because that was putting an authorize attribute on that one. This is a separate thing. So it happens that I was modifying in the same place. So those are totally unrelated changes, and both can be kept. Is that all of them? I think so. Again, we're going to build, I think I already built, but we're going to do it again just to be sure. Okay. Git add, and this time we're going to add 2 files, the startup file and the channels controller, and we're going to do a git rebase -- continue. I can type one more time, and then now we should be there. Okay, so now we're at that point. Wait, what? Wait, what's going on? Huh? What? Huh? What? DevChatter, there's a pop-up over your stream that I can interact with. Do you have access to those, or are they custom Twitch features? So Will, sort of, kind of. You can write extensions that are overlays on top of the Twitch stream. So I want to start having some of the integration that we do be those Twitch extensions, because you can actually write those. So I do plan on doing some of that at some point. We haven't started to yet. I specifically... so anyone that has been following the stream for a while knows that I have a big project that I want to do here on the stream. There's a cool thing that I want to create that I've wanted to do for a while. I am probably going to do that as an integration there. Essentially, there's something I want to build that I've wanted to build for a while, that I was mentioning for a long time that I was going to do sometime in 2019. It's 2019. We're not doing it yet, but we will be adding in a bit of integration into one of those Twitch extensions that is an overlay on the screen. It'll be fun. I think you'll all enjoy it. And no one pay attention to what I just typed, and we'll all be good. As long as no one saw that, it didn't happen. Didn't happen. No one saw that. Let's see. Ace Flames here. Hey, greetings. Welcome. Were you here already? I've been seeing your name for a while, but you're at a lot of streams. Wait, hang on. Oh, hey. Greetings. Evav Actress. Hi, welcome. Greetings. You can use that to control the games then, right? Like a virtual joystick. Will, you are correct. You have hit on exactly what I want to do with those. I want to give people control of our game through those extensions. You hit on exactly what I've been planning for quite a long time. That was actually the plan for January 2019, and you'll see that I'm already at least 3 months late. So basically, you're making the auth branch contain the newer master branch. I'm making it so that our auth branch is based on that new master branch, despite the fact that it really wasn't. So we're sort of changing history is the idea. Net Cody's, yeah, welcome, greetings, hi. Saw what? Exactly, Stool Penner, saw what? No one saw anything. You're new to coding, awesome, welcome. You're in a great place for that. We are always open to questions, anything like that. So if you want to ask us anything, do chime in with questions. We would be glad to help out new people with stuff. Value cannot be null on a thing. Okay. Yep, sounds good. Nobody won. Sorry about that, everyone. Either way, I'm actually going to restart the bot just here in a second. So, Codebase Alpha, you barely got in that rigged before I closed the bot, so good timing. Will, we have not brought Mr. Bubs back. He's been super busy. He hasn't even actually done any of his own streaming since the last time he was on our stream. So, Mr. Bubs is a... So Mr. Bubs essentially was going to do the few months try to become a full-time streamer thing, and when he didn't manage to transition to full-time streamer within a few month time period, he went and got himself a job. So Mr. Bubs actually works for well, let's just put it this way. Because of 1997 World Series, we don't talk about the company that Mr. Bubs works for. I'm just teasing. I don't really care. Eva, you are a voice actress. That is actually really awesome. I would love to know what kind of stuff you work on. I think that that is really, really neat. I do not work at Microsoft, Eva, which I'm just going to say Eva, and I hope that's okay. If there's a better nickname that I could give you, because your name's kind of long, let me know, and I will use that. But either way, what I was going to mention is that, no, I do not work for Microsoft. I have previously been a Microsoft MVP, and I have been an ASP insider plenty of times. I use a decent amount of code that is on the Microsoft stack. I have worked very closely with Microsoft, and I know a lot of people that do work there and have worked with their dev team. I've been on site to work with them on various things as they were starting out, including like Azure, you know, when they were doing that. I worked with early versions of .NET Core before it was a thing. So I've had a lot of connection to Microsoft, but no, I am not an employee there. I get along well with them. I think that they get a bad rap for a lot of stuff. They like if so Eva, you will learn this as you start programming more. Bugs are in everything. So you will get these types of problems everywhere. So it's not just Microsoft code that has bugs. All code has bugs. You run into it all the time. Yes, bugs, exactly. I run Windows here on the stream. I have not actually run Linux as my primary operating system in quite a long time. It is. I used to run Linux as my primary operating system, but about a decade ago, no more than a decade ago, about 13 years ago, I switched to Windows as my primary OS. And I have not switched back. I have run, you know, MacBooks and things like that, so I've had plenty of exposure to that. I actually used to do Mac tech support back in the day, so when people tell you Macs just work, I can tell you that's a lie, because I literally got paid to fix them when they didn't work, because they sometimes don't work. That's just kind of the way it works. Oh, awesome! Greetings, person in Iceland. I should say greetings from the United States to Iceland, and really the whole world. We've had people from all over the globe in our channel in the past. It's quite fun. Let's take a look at what our site is doing, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, site should be running. Yes, I know, I'm using a self-signed certificate locally. Okay, so we have the Feelin' Lucky button right there, which should load up our site. There it is. Awesome. Luckily, I don't have the sound included here. Trying to get VS 2010, but I need to pay. You want to get VS 2019. Wait, oh, you have a program that was written with VS 2010. I would ask you what it was actually written, what tech it was written on, because sometimes you're actually able to run some of the older SDKs on the newer IDEs, which essentially means you can write the older you can work on a program that was written on an older version, but use a newer version of the editor, and that makes it a lot easier, because the newer editors have a lot of improvements over the older ones. So if you can get the old SDK working, that's usually the way you want to do it, but you'd want to check that out. Alright, so we set this up. There was a feature that was added in by, okay, we fixed this. There is a change I want to make before we add it. Do we want to add in our authentication? You know what? Let's do it. You know, we're going to do this. We're going to do all our Git stuff today. We're going to get this pull request ready to go. Authentication's not done, but it's far enough along that I don't feel bad about other people getting access to this. So let's go ahead and make this ready for review. And I'm not going to merge it yet, just because I don't want to review all this, and I want to review it before I merge it in. But I want to do that so that we don't have to work on the authentication branch right now. I'm going to switch us over to the master branch. We're going to create a new branch because we're going to add a new feature. I specifically want to update the I want to update the index page. I want to add a new thing to it. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go over here. We are going to say benric/homepage, because I want to fix up that homepage. I want to work on that homepage that that James got started for us. Why is this red squiggly? Why you red squiggly? Did I seriously mess this up? Oh, whoops! Yeah, die! Did that build succeed? Yes, it did. What's this complaining about then? Okay. Oh, it needed to build. When I changed branches. Okay. Here's what happened. Here's why there was a red squiggly, just so everybody knows. And I see a bunch of stuff happen in chat. I'll get to that in a second. So because I had the site running, it was not able to compile and overwrite the values. So what was happening is the lower level core assemblies were not able to rebuild automatically. So essentially what happens in Visual Studio is automatically trying to compile things to make sure that it can get the syntax highlighting right and everything, so it can give those little red squigglies. So even though I had not compiled, it could not do a compile because the site was running, and so it could not get me the new versions of these to tell me, hey, this is the problem. So that was what was going on there. Hang on, let me see what's going on in chat. That's C++, C#, blah blah blah. Just convert C#. Can I make a Pokemon program with Visual Studio? Depends on what you mean by Pokemon program. Does Microsoft use Discord? We use Discord here. I mean, some Microsoft employees use Discord. If you want to, like, if you want to mod a Pokemon game, geez, I'm not sure what I'd recommend on that one, though. One of the other channels that I follow does that kind of stuff, does like NES modding and things like that. I don't know if he does any Game Boy modding. More than likely, you're going to need to use like assembly and things like that. Ace Flames here. I missed your question. Hang on. What's the difference between what you're doing, rebasing, and merging the master branch directly into your branch? Oh, hey, the Michael Jolly, welcome. I did see you, but I don't think I said hi, and welcome. You use Unity. Unity is going to be C# for the most part, Eva. Ace Flames here. The short answer. So if I merge, what's a good way of showing this? Can I do this? Yeah, we're gonna draw it. Cause I don't have a great place to draw it other than this. So here's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be nasty and hilarious, but it'll be funny. Okay, so if we have like this will be our master branch, right? And we'll pretend that that's an arrow. Wow, that is awful. So there's the second one, right? So we have that's branch, and we'll call it branch 1. And this is branch 2. So if we have essentially our master branch, we've branched it to branch 1 and branch 2. When we merge, what happens is this is the new master branch. It's no longer a branch. So this is now A. So in order to represent that, I am going to do this. Whoops. I meant to do that. So this is now A. And I switched from a brush to a pencil, so that got super thin. So that's now A. Right, so this is still the master branch now. So because it merged in, it became the master branch. So master is now that. If I were to merge this in, essentially what I would do is just go straight here, and then we would get whatever the combination of these two branches is. And that's fine. You can do that. That's what you'd end up with. When I rebase, I sort of do a bit of a lie. Essentially what a rebase does is this. So instead of just pushing my changes directly into the master branch, what I do is I say, this never happened. And I squiggle this thing out and I'm like, yeah, we're going to pretend that never happened. Let's do our changes as if they were off of this. So essentially I redo all of my changes in V2. It applies them all again as if I had started here the whole time. And that's sort of what a rebase is. So it's sort of like changing how history happened so that it can clean things out. If you do a lot of merging, you end up with a lot of weird merge commits and other things like that. But what I do instead is I'm able to sort of make it lie, so you just see A1, A2, A3, and you see the commits kind of just coming in, and you'll see them as big groupings of them, but they all just sort of merge together, and that's sort of the idea. And I apologize about the really bad drawing there. There is a website that visualizes visualize Git. Is it this one? GitHub IO visualizing Git? I think, what is this? Is this not, I thought this was the site, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so Git school at GitHub, this ought to show it. Okay, so we'll just do this. So Git checkout-b branch 1. So we made branch 1, and now I want to add file. Maybe it doesn't understand that. So we committed a branch. There it is. So we have the master branch, we have branch 1, and so now I want to git checkout master. So now I'm on the master branch. You can watch head moves around. Head is where we are. Oh, Eva, well, happy birthday. And oh yeah, amazing drawings. Yes, exactly. Pixel Bob indeed. Thanks, Bobby. Glad you'll pretend that was an arrow. Appreciate it, everyone. Do you think he's going to add a cabin? No, definitely not. And you draw wyverns. Oh, that's awesome. No, I am not in Hollywood. I am in I would say the middle of the United States, but no, not really. I am in the northern part of the United States in the Great Lakes area. Rebasing is bad as a general rule. Quote, swim, bike, run. I don't know that I'd say that. There's a lot of strong opinions one way or the other on rebasing versus merging. Some groups love rebasing, some groups hate rebasing, some groups love merging, some groups hate merging. It really depends on your situation, the dev team that you work with, how you approach a lot of the work that you do, things like that. All right, so we're back on the master branch, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a git checkout-b, and we're going to call this one branch 2. So now when I do a commit onto branch 2, I'm going to just say, we're going to make that one. So we commit over here now. So we have a commit here, we've got a commit there. Let's say this one gets a couple more commits. We're going to do git commit a few times. And now I want to merge this back into master. Git checkout master derp and git merge branch 2. Yeah. Git merge branch 2. I can type. I promise. So now this is the master branch as well as branch 2. They're both pointing at this location. So now what I can do is I can say git branch -d branch 2, and it's gone. And now I only have the master branch. So once you do that, here's what I can do. I can go down and I could say git checkout branch 1, and I can commit and git commit. We make a couple of commits. So now we've made some commits over here. Again, we want to merge in our changes. And so what we can do is we can say checkout master. So we're over here and we can say git merge branch 1. When I do this, this is what happens. And this is what history looks like. So you can see that the current version of master contains everything down there in branch 1. In fact, I can get rid of branch 1 now if I want. Git branch -d branch 1. So that pointer is gone. This is what history looks like. And you can see that head is based on both all the changes here as well as the merging of those with these changes, and that's how the change sets look. If I were to rebase that, I can do something entirely different. So, do they have one that's no? All right, we're just gonna. Oh, it kept my changes. What? That's funny. So that's what a merge does. In a rebase, it's gonna look differently. Oh geez, what's the what is it, that? No, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. Either way, the point being, you know, can I get you to forget everything? No. Nope, you won't delete the master branch either. Okay. Either way, the point being that if you do a rebase, you basically string one onto the end of the other. So that's the idea. Both have reasons for doing them, and yes, there are a lot of people that are adamant against rebasing. There are a lot of people that have very strong opinions against it. So merging new master directly into the auth branch is less preferable than rebasing. It really does depend, Ace Flames here. Already know HTML and CSS, learning my first real coding language, JavaScript. Do you think it's a good beginner language, or should I learn C or Python? Depends on how much you want to dig into computers. If you really want to understand how programming works, start with C. If you just want to program because you want to be able to build stuff, JavaScript is a perfectly fine language to start with. JavaScript, C#, both good. Python's a good language as well. Depends on what you want to do. Link was to back up my argument that rebasing is generally bad. Oh yeah, code swim bike run. Yeah, no problem. Nightbot does not let just random links go anywhere because we don't want just random links to stuff. But the yeah, there are a lot of people that have made cases for a long time about lots of things in programming, and rebasing does have its problems, and you should be careful with it. A lot of people hate JavaScript because it's really powerful and flexible. Starting out with JavaScript is fine. Yep. Good suggestions. The program that you're trying to run is called Gamble Kit. Eva, I don't know that one. I wonder what it... but it won't run in... yeah, Bowie, if you learn C, you can master everything else, I guess. Python is beginner-friendly. Yes, it is. Depends on what you want to do. After HTML and CSS, JavaScript should be a good choice. Yes, so if you already learned HTML and CSS, JavaScript is an obvious choice because they work so well together. I try to control F5, Will Bennett. I don't know why it didn't reset that for me. Seems easy, just occasionally they say something and don't quite explain it, so it's confusing. Can I post a link to why not to rebase? Code Swim Bike Run, I did see your link from there, but Will got it. Yeah, that is a valid link. Thanks, Will. With regards to Git, I like code style, and you follow the Git process in the team. Yes! FuelSnable is correct. Whatever your team does, that's the approach you should do. If the team loves merging history, that's what you do. And if they like squash merges, that's fine as well. Yes. FuelSnable hit it perfectly. You do what your team wants. That's what I was trying to say before. So if your team really likes one or the other, that's the one you do. In the end, Git does have a few issues, but that's, yep. Why did MSN die? Oh, geez, I have no idea, Eva. Not enough people use it. Google killed it, especially with, you know, again, like people switching to Firefox and Chrome. It was no longer their homepage, so why would people even go there? My ultimate goal, well near ultimate, is to work for a company. Ultimate, start why. You want to start your own gaming studio. Shikama Gaming. In that case, I would recommend you learn either C++ or C#. Pick one of those. Both of them you can find lots of jobs for, and specifically those are used heavily by gaming companies. So take a look at C#, take a look at C++. Depends on what type of gaming you want to do, but that would be the recommendation I would make. Docs does he's Discord? Yes, exactly. Still Penner the memories. Okay. All right. What are we doing? So we added that. All right. Let's add in... I got sidetracked there. Sorry, everyone. It's easy to sidetrack me. Just talk about stuff that's interesting, and I will kind of go off on it. Hence, that's part of the reason why we're called DevChatter. We are here to have conversation. AOL is still a thing. It's not gone. AOL Instant Messenger, I think, is gone, but AOL, I think, still exists. Visual Studio. Does Visual Studio use Discord? No, Discord's a separate chat application. He's right, although C++ is starting to fall out of favor and Unity is in C#, so I would suggest Unity and C#. Yes, exactly. But there are, so, for example, it depends on the company. So, Code Swim Bike Run, for example, if he wanted to go work at Blizzard, C++ is the language that he would want to learn. Like, some of the big companies are still like the AAA companies, a lot of times are still using C++, but a lot of the smaller shops are using Unity for a lot of the things they're building, which is why C# is becoming so common for building games. It is the rise of Unity that has done that. So, I can cite all kinds of very popular games on Steam that are written in C# using Unity, and you should absolutely check it out. But that's why I put C# in that same boat, despite the fact that I think C++ is probably still bigger. But yes, Code Swim Bike Run is correct. C++ is on a decline and C# is on a rise. So if that trend continues, you will want to be a C# developer in the gaming world. But again, it depends. All right, so here's what I want to change. This is the live now list. We want this to be actually coming from our data and not just right here. So let's go ahead and do that. We created in our channels controller, we have get live. I don't know if we necessarily need it here. I might pull it from the index model of this page instead. So let's go to index.cshtml.cs, and in this file, so this is our get lucky handler. Do we have just a regular on get? No, we don't yet. All right, so we're going to build that. Public async task of iAction result. And it is going to be called on get async. And it is going to return the page by default. So by default, you return the page you're on, but we want to get a little bit of data. So the way that Razor Pages works is this page model, this index model that we're on, is a type of page model. This is bound to that front-end CSHTML page. We can access any of the properties on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a list of channel view... do I not have channel view models? I do, okay. We're going to call this live channels. What's on a channel view model? Name, URI, schedule streams, time zone, tags, just kind of schedule streams and that. Okay, so we don't need all those properties, but that's close enough to what we need, so we'll leverage it for now. So live channels equals await, and how was the controller getting it? It was awaiting the Twitch service for the live channels, so it did this. So I'm just going to pull this for now, and we're going to put it in here. So this is going to be underscore get all channels, channel name. So that gets channels. We don't really, like, we're not going to do it this way in the long run. We want to get rid of that. This is just v1, make it work so it's on the site and functions. Let's drop this. Don't pull the data like this. That's just we were just making work the code that was sent to us in the other spot, and that's essentially all that was. What is this type? List of strings. That is the live channel. That's the live channel names. With that, I'm okay with this being a var. So we're gonna say channels. Where, yeah, we do not want to pull this way. Where the name, and we're going to say live channel names contains the name, and we are going to say to select and x.to channel view model to list. Done. So don't pull the data like this. Yep, don't do that. We're not going to do that long term. That is just a make it work kind of thing. Now let's check out what happens on the site. Then once we do that, we're just going to make sure there are no errors. I see chat blew up a little bit. Let me go ahead and check through that. Where I say Git is simple, I mean is that the fundamentals of Git is simple. Yeah, the fundamentals of Git are simple. Understanding everything they can do is complicated, and understanding how to use it right is also complicated. I want to use Azure, but they won't take my prepaid card. Eva, yeah, I don't. I assume that they do require credit. I don't know exactly what the restrictions are on that. It's kind of restrictive. Yeah, so whether or not it's a MasterCard doesn't matter, because systems can tell whether or not they're prepaid or whether they actually have credit. Yeah, they require credit cards. They can tell what kind of card it is, because technically a prepaid card is just a debit card that uses like the standard credit processing as the transaction. With Dapper, can we use SQL Server functions? Yes, S&B, we can. Short answer. We use GitFlow. I'm a big fan of it. Yes, I absolutely love GitFlow. I have used it plenty in the past. I worked at a company one time where I got stuck working on a solo project, and people were really surprised when I told them that I was using GitFlow as a solo dev, and they were like, wow, really? I'm like, yeah, I want to keep everything sorted, sorted the way that I want to use it. Okay, so we have that. Let's go to the page and bind this. So I want to do, we got to do this somewhere else, right? We do this here. I'm going to steal this code. Is there anything weird on that? No. Okay. No, not doing anything weird. Alright. For each. We'll use the resharper. Nope. We should have used the Visual Studio snippet. Use that. Model.liveChannels var live channel. Steal one of these. Put it in there. This would be the channel URI at livechannel.uri at livechannel.name, and that's pretty much it. Now we just need to have data in the site so that, it actually shows something more than like my stream, which of course it's live. We're doing it on my stream. So there we go. It shows that DevChatter is live. The other channels, you'll notice, are not live because DevChatter is the only one that actually exists of those. Okay, so add live channels to homepage. Now what I gotta figure out is hang on, let me check out chat. Wow, been so long since I heard SoundX. Wasn't aware Dapper could execute SQL functions. Yeah, so Dapper can run. I mean, pretty much you can just write SQL in Dapper. Heck, you should be able to run functions in like Fluent Migrator, like, which we're also using in this project. Hang on one second. Okay. All right, newly added channels. We can do that. Let's wire up newly added channels. So we can do that as well pretty easily. So we're gonna say newly added channels. This will do pretty much the same thing. So instead of this, we're just gonna say at for each. Why didn't you give me the? Why don't I have the other snippet? Var added channel in model dot newly added channels, and we're gonna say, you know what? I want it to be structured like this one. I want it to be a link. So we're gonna do this. So this is gonna be added channel live, and that's added channel name. Now at this point you can see that this is basically a component where you just bind in a list of channels. So we could totally break that as a component. It's so simple that I'm not going to bother doing it right now. You must be at least a subscriber to start a game. You could ask one of the moderators to start up a game of Hangman for you, Will. That would not be an absurd request. Let's say newly added channels equals channels dot take order by what do we have? Do we have that value? We don't. Oh, we don't have the date created. Oh my god, we can't do newly added. All right. So we're gonna take 5 channels, and we're gonna select them as x dot to channel view model. Actually, that should be index model. That's my problem. There you go. That's what I messed up. Channel index model. Yeah, I made these already. That, I think, is the one that we need. Does this have URI? Yes, it does. Good. And then to list. And should be good. So let's do that. So take 5, select, and to list. Who jumped in there? Will ended up getting it before SNB can. There you go. Rigged. Wait, didn't Will win? I thought Will win. The rock paper scissors game. Oh, okay, that's what was rigged. I was like, what are you talking about? You won the Hangman game. How are you complaining that it's rigged? Whoops. Helps if you compile your new changes, Brendan. I'm betting I just need to restart the site. I'm surprised the Razor page didn't rebuild there. Yeah, Janisku, as soon as we make a card game here on the channel, it will without doubt be rigged. In fact, I'm going to do something crazy, like make the cards shuffle or something like that, so they're not always in order. Real devious stuff. Okay, so we have newly added channels. We have live now. We'll want these to be nicer than just anchored lists. We'll want probably details and a little image of them, but that's styling to come later. So let's go ahead and add that in as well. So this is adding newly added channels. list. So we're going to add those. We're going to publish this because we want these changes to actually be out on Git, I think. Yes, Codebase Alpha's in here. I don't know how you pronounce it. J. Chris? Welcome. Hi. Greetings. What happened to the Hangman overlay? It should be going. Is Hangman? Did the Hangman overlay not run? Here, let me do this real fast. Oh, well, you started it before I was switching over to the thing to reset it. Yeah, Will, I don't have that overlay going, but oh, that's hilarious. So it's sort of working there because I had it like on it. It did Tesla again. Well, that was easy. There you go. Now, I mean, you can't see it because the hype's covering it, but other than that, it's there now. Whew. Should be random, so it is totally possible for it to grab the same word twice. Which a lot of people are like, what? It grabbed the same one twice, it's not random? And I would sit there and I'd be like, no, it did it twice. That means it probably is random. Because random allows the same thing to get picked multiple times in a row. And good luck in the Hangman game, everyone. Hopefully our Hangman survives this time. I need to add more words to the game. I think SNB, you might be able to add words to the game. I don't remember. Do we have we might have a command for adding words. Yeah, so I think that's probably enough to just go ahead and do that pull request for it. It's not ideal because we're still kind of messy. Wiring up lists, channel listings on homepage. So that's what that pull request is. We'll leave that one there as well, because again, we want to review those before they get merged in. The Hangman word was Hangman? That's awesome. It is totally rigged. Totally rigged. That's good. I didn't know that was one of the words. If I set that up, I forgot. I don't even remember half the words that are in there. Hangman is the answer to Hangman. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, we're evil sometimes here. I admit it. I have no denials of that. Definitely have done some evil things on the stream. You want like real words? All right, SMB, hang on. You can complain about the words list. Let me go. Where's DevChatter bot? No. Source. Let's see. Core. Where's Hangman? Games. Hangman. Hangman command should have an operation for add Hangman words. Add Hangman word operation. So it is add. Okay, S&B. You are fully empowered to add words. You in fact can just type in. It'd look like this. Hangman add. You know, word. So S&B, if you do that command, you can add legit words to our game. If you want real words in there, feel free to add them. It will put them in. Yeah, Janisku, you don't have the power to run that. Yeah, S&B can do that. Yeah, I mean, the bot's got to be running, but I don't know. It should work just fine even if the game is running. I think. I don't know that for certain. Yeah, Will Bennett. VIP status doesn't let you add words. Mod does though. Now S&B is gonna go add. S&B can add rigged to the list. That is a totally valid word to have in there. Alright, let's take a look at our task list while we're here. View task list. I know we've left some of these sitting around. Pull data in one request. No, we're not doing that yet. Load the details of this channel. That seems like a good idea. Let's load up channel details. And actually, you know what? I just remembered. This site is not working correctly right now. There was a problem on one of these pages, and I didn't go take a look at it. Why is it on the right side now? I usually keep that on the bottom. All channels. Oh, actually they loaded this time. Okay. I don't know why they didn't load before when we were running the site, but hey, cool. It was because we were in the other branch, that's why. Okay, so that takes you to the channel. This takes you to the channel details. So if you go to the channel details, we are currently not displaying anything, and we want to. So let's make that do a thing. So what do we want to put on this page, then? Let's think about this from a user's perspective. Let's go here. So I just clicked on a channel. I want to see the channel details in some fashion. So instead of details, I want to see the channel name, right? So we're going to say model dot maybe just name. We'll just say name. So we're going to create the property name. That'll be a string. Name. Super awesome. Super show. Clearly the name of our channel here. Super awesome super show. Let's see. Does that build? Nope. That may not build because this is running. It was supposed to be doing a run watch. I'm not sure why that didn't rebuild then. That's the super awesome super show. Okay, we have our heading in place. Next thing. Do we want to do... Do we want to split it up somehow? Let's go... I'm just going to borrow these. Thank you for letting me borrow you. Stuff /div and /div. And we're going to copy pasta this. What do we want? How do we want this to be shown? Details and maybe... what's the stuff we want to show? Here's one of the biggest challenges in web dev is figuring out what you actually want to put on a page. S&B, don't forget to add the word jazz to the dictionary. Jazz. That's a really evil one. Onyx. Ouch. S&B is just getting mean, everyone. Who won the duel? Did they actually... In an epic duel, Stoolpenner's paper won, and Zunjin's rock lost. There you go. So, thinking about how we want to lay this out. I'm trying to think of what kind of information we would want on here. So let's just put it in for now. So we'll say schedule. So in some fashion, we want to have a schedule. We want to... are they live now? That needs to be on here. What else needs to be on this page? We need to know... actually, let's make that... actually, let's make this a 6 and a 3. Are they live? Embed show stuff here. And then, are they live? That's sort of what I'm thinking there. Show stuff here. Are we live? Last box. So the first part is. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's put the schedule on the end, and this is channel details. At which point, maybe this is a 4 and that's a 5. Split it like this. Channel details. Show some stuff here. So channel details almost becomes the header of this box. So H3 the thing, maybe? Ooh, schedule. Oh, I'm assuming S&B did not actually duel Janiscu. Probably Janiscu started the battle. Users only want 2 things. Thanks, Echo Strike. Yes, clearly that's what this site is missing. So channel details might be things like I don't know. We're just gonna hard code these in for now, so we'll say like DevChatter. We'll do some kind of a description section in here. Put that in. So there's that. Yeesh, I feel like that should be smaller. Oops. So we'll make that bigger. So that'll be the channel details. Show stuff here. This could be an embedded video player, not playing, muted by default. Or perhaps videos from previous streams. So we'll do that. Underneath the schedule, I think we would list them. Whoops. Unordered list of LI elements. Mondays at 2 p.m. I'm gonna say that, even though that was not when today started. I'm still in EST. Tuesdays Thursdays, Saturdays. Oops, that's 1, that's 12. And I should use the generic term instead of that. Ooh, doesn't quite fit. Let's give this a little more space then. We'll make that a 4 and this a 5, and we'll see how things fit in there. Okay, that's not the worst. It needs structure. It doesn't have any structure right now. They're just kind of in here right now. Oh, the bot's dead. What? Alright, I'll give it a restart. Has Wheatlaw been around? I haven't seen Wheatlaw in a while, Will. I don't know where Wheatlaw got to. I am sure Wheatlaw will be back. Whoops. We're not on the home page right now. We're on this. So we're doing a new thing from the master branch's perspective, and we're going to do a new branch. Henrik, channel details. So that's the branch we're working on, and channel details, stubbing out channel details. So these are like stubbed out what we're going to put in here, but we'll need to figure out what they actually need to be. Oh, hang on. I've killed the bot, but now I'm starting it up again. So there you go, bot's turning back on there. Manage games, Hangman words. So what got added? Zephyr, Onyx, rigged, Stream Deck, streaming, Bazaar, schedule. Nice. Will, I am not standing, but I will be again soon. I've got a new, I have a new like standing mat over there that I'm going to be setting up so I can, I'll get standing again. Maybe on these next couple of streams, we'll see. All right, so we want this to actually come from somewhere. So we need to load the details for this channel. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a Couture because we like Coutures. iCrud repo called repo, and that is going to be a read-only field, and we're going to take this, we're going to grab our channel, get channel ID. That will get us a var channel, assuming that we change this to async task of iAction result. Call it on get async, just for consistency on the naming. We return page. Because we changed this to having a return value, we need one now. Because it's async, we should be awaiting. We do not have to, but we should, so we're going to do that. So we're going to say that. That gets us our channel. So we could just throw a channel details model on our page instead of having name on there. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to say prop channel channel details. Hang on. Channel details model. I swear that's the name of it. Maybe it's just the view model. Maybe the view model is the one. Scheduled streams count. No, I need when they actually are. Which one has that? Is that edit model, mappings, search model? Maybe we don't have one. We may not have it. That could be why I can't find it. think we may not have it, so we're going to do that for now. So we're just going to say channel equals channel.toViewModel. We don't set that anymore because we don't even use it. And then I think I might just do this. We're going to say prop list of scheduled stream. Yep, list, and we'll say scheduled streams. Scheduled stream model, scheduled streams. So we're going to say that. Oh, thanks for adding xylophone there, S&B. That's great. We totally needed that word in there. My latest okay. Var scheduled streams equals await underscore repo dot get all scheduled stream I'm just gonna get all of them. That's not what I want to do. I need the channel aggregate service instead. We're gonna do this. Goodbye, repo. You have been replaced. So oh, that is not async, is it? So that's channel, is that, and then we're gonna say scheduled streams is going to be channel.scheduled stream IDs. Yeah, so that has these. Get rid of name from here, and we're going to add this to this page. So instead of name, we're going to say channel. Be channel.name. And the rest of these still need to get set. But let's take a look at the page. I'm going to restart the site just to be sure that it gets switched over. And reload this page, which I think will work. Arbok TV. Yeah, we're doing a, hang on, did the site not actually build yet? There we go. We are doing a web application. Hang on one second while I see what's going on in chat. Well, yes, exactly. So we're working on a web page. It is our, why is the styling all messed up? There it is. It is our DevStreams site, and, it is designed to be a community site that will give us all kinds of information about various developer live streams. So that is the goal of the site, is that people can put their stuff here and other people can find what they want to watch. So this would be a place that you would go to when you want to watch developer live streams. You just go here, see what's live now, what's going to be live in a little bit, and you can go to the correct place. Little bit could mean like what's going to be live tomorrow, or what's going to be live in an hour. But that's the idea, is we want you to be able to have calendars, to be able to see things predictively, to be able to search based on tags and other stuff like that, and then go to the correct place to find it. So essentially empowering everyone in the developer live streaming community to watch what they want to watch. So that is the goal. Let's see. Pulling some real data on the channel details. There's the idea. We're gonna publish this for now, although that one's not gonna merge in. I want to go up here and I want to review this. There's 2 changes. We have that. That is just adding in that list there, adding in the channel names, and then adding in that. I really don't like that, but yeah, we'll merge in. All the same. Confirm that. Delete the branch. That should have basically no issues with this one, which should also be able to go in. Let's review. Yeah, sorry, Ace Flames here. It wasn't going to let you add it anyway. But yes, the first thing it does is say that you can't do it because it's on cooldown. The site, like, if it weren't on cooldown, it would just tell you that you didn't have permission to do it. It's a pity, though, that the information on how to get good performance is so spread out instead of the complete guide to kind of thing. Well, the challenge with performance is there's not really one answer to performance. So it's not really just one answer. Thanks, Zunjin. Yeah. Yep, everything's rigged. It's all rigged. And if anyone here is new, welcome, first off. Everything we do here on the stream is actually open source. You can find it all at github.com/devchatter. Link over there in the chat. And if you're interested in chatting with me or any of the other DevChatter crew, you should also check out the other link in the chat, which is the Discord. Both of these links are also down below. And even if you're watching this in the future on a video, either here in the video section on Twitch or over on YouTube, you should be able to find links to all those things down below the video as well. If you're watching this on the video on Twitch, you got to make sure the panels are below you, which they should be. So, either way. So let's see, channel role. So we added that in. So channel permissions. So we added in channel permissions. We have permissions can access channel. I think we're still using that. We added channel permissions inside of there. That makes sense. Here's our permissions service, which grabs database settings to make a connection to check and see on the channel permissions table whether or not there is a record for that channel and that user ID. Sounds right. And it's just checking whether it exists, right? Yep, record count is greater than 0, so make sure there's at least one record for you on it, because this is a can access. This is not a can manage or can edit kind of check, so if there's even a record, you're allowed access. For now, at least. Because that's just the way we wrote it. Channel authorize. So we require that you're logged in and that you have access to this channel. So that's same thing there. Oh, we changed the way that that page works so that it referenced ID on those values. I recall having to do that. That is just some spacing changes. Nothing really happened there. Again, a channel authorize attribute. We are using a claim to grab the user identifier off of there. And there we go. So that is adding in our password requirements, lockout, sign in. There is adding in the claim so that we can actually access the role at runtime. We added in permission service. We added in some folder level authorization so that it automatically requires the My on the Manage page be authorized and authorized with the administrator role respectively. Yeah, sorry, Zunjin. Initialize database. Set up default user roles. Yep, we need that. And my channels. Okay, cool. I want this merged in. Anybody say anything crazy over here? SNB added repository to the word table. I agree with DevChatter that performance is a big topic and there are different domains, but I think there are performance domains that should benefit from real good reference doc. Yeah, there should absolutely be some good reference docs on those. SNB, have a good one. Good luck in your game. Make sure you tear up some cards while you're playing Betrayal Legacy. I really need to play Betrayal Legacy. It is supposed to be a very fun game. I hear that from basically everybody I've heard of that plays it. So we're gonna do that. Boom, boom. Merged in. Now we're out of pull requests, and the channel details is a branch we are working on, but it is not otherwise restricted, so that is good. Excellent. Okay. Hang on one second. I need to see who is texting me. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so first off, I want to say a couple of things. So I'm going to do a couple of streams this week. We're only going to be doing Monday and Tuesday streams this coming week. I am canceling both the Thursday and the Saturday streams, so this is actually my schedule right here. So if you're in Eastern Time in the United States, or like Canada or anywhere else that's in that same time zone, that is super easy for you to know. If you are not, you can check down below the stream in the panels, and it will show you my schedule in the right time. You can also ask the schedule. Maybe you live in Iceland, for example, and type it correctly, and the bot should do what? Alright, Google, you have failed me. How did Google not know where Iceland is? So, Iceland will not be our example. It will be Germany. So if you live in Germany, then it will tell you that Central European Standard Time, those are the times, although we're about to have a time change shift, so really, I don't know when Europe is switching. You guys switching this weekend? We're switching this weekend. We switch tonight. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so a couple of things that I want to mention. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. I had a really good stream. On Monday and Tuesday, we're going to be doing some more streaming. As I said, I am trying to get some guests scheduled. Maybe one of them will get back to me on, being on one of those days. But sometime during this month, we have a couple of people that I want to get on here. They're both past guests, the people that I'm planning. Zunjin wants us to raid someone. I don't know who he wants us to raid. Anyway, I don't even follow him. Oh, what a day! What a lovely day! So he's not even on my list. Cause I don't know, cause I don't just follow people for any given reason. So the DevChatter stream only follows people whose streams I have watched, and I think yes, that would be a good stream for us to raid. I will have to watch James's at some point. I will probably raid him because I we'll see. Toby, welcome, greetings. Oh yeah, Will. Don't worry, we'll be on it. Yeah, it should be. We will be doing that now. So if you are new here, welcome. A couple of things. First off, I want to mention you should join our Discord. It's a great place to talk to me and the other people here on the stream. You can find a link over there in the chat as well as down below. Also, you should check out our code. It's out on GitHub at github.com/devchatter. Everything we do here on the stream is open source, and you are able to contribute to it, make suggestions, anything like that. We really do appreciate it. Additionally, if you missed any of our videos, you can find it all at YouTube on youtube.com/c/devchatter. And as Will is pointing out, we do have a merch store for buying all kinds of awesome derpy dinosaur DevChatter stuff. You can find information about that down below. There are links to both of our merch stores as well as the one that Will posted there in the chat. And we actually have a widget down below if you want to, if you don't even want to leave this page and want to start taking a look at some of the stuff that we've got. Lastly, you can follow me on Twitter. I am at Brendonius, which is like right there, I think. on my little label. My name is Brendan. This channel is DevChatter. We are an awesome community of developers that are really passionate about coding and other stuff. It's quite fun. And lastly, sure, we can raid James, I guess. So James. So I will run our credits, and then after that, I'm hoping everyone will stick around as we will raid James, and you'll see some other stuff. I think he's doing .NET Core stuff. So Baumi Elite, thank you for that 150 biddy cheer. You did take the lead. I want to thank our moderators, Stool Penner, and S&B was around too, and so was Greendolf. I want to thank all these wonderful people who followed us today, including Will Bennett. Clearly want to include Will Bennett, and and BG Ricky just wanted to avoid being on the credits there, and tossed in that Twitch Prime sub right after we rolled them. But thanks anyway, BG Ricky, for the Twitch Prime sub, and you've been a sub here before. You know the deal. You get access to the hype emotes and the derp emotes and all the fun stuff that we do here. And those are actually able to be used all across Twitch. And Coated Beard also, who was the one at the end there that we kind of missed that one. But thanks, Coated Beard, for the 9-month resub as well. And I love having everyone here. I will see you all on Monday. So on Monday, we are going to be doing a regular stream probably around 2 p.m. Eastern time. So if you look at your clock right now and subtract an hour and 20 minutes, that is roughly speaking, no. It is so hard to tell you right now because I would tell you that, but if you're not switching daylight savings time with me, which I am today, then you will not be at the right time. So everybody stick around. We are going to do a raid on James's stream. We'll take a look. So I'm going to go ahead and switch us to our outro, and I will see you all later. Have a great rest of your weekend. Happy coding, everyone, and I will see you on Monday. Take care.